Once upon a time, in the quaint village of Willowbrook, there was a settler named Samuel. He had come to this remote corner of the world seeking solace and a fresh start. The rugged terrain, with its roughly hewn hills and slopes, was unlike anything he had ever encountered. Samuel's heart was as smooth as the silk that adorned his wife's dresses, but his determination was as unyielding as the rubber solace of his worn-out boots. Samuel's daily routine followed a predictable schedule. Each morning, he would rise before dawn, his footsteps echoing on the cobbled streets as he made his way to the village square. There, he would join the other villagers for the communal screening of news from the outside world. The flickering images projected onto the canvas were a lifeline, connecting them to distant lands and far-off adventures. One day, as Samuel sat on a wooden bench, he overheard a quote from a seasoned traveler. "Life," the man said, "is like a grand script, and we are all mere actors on its stage." Samuel pondered these words, wondering if his role in this isolated hamlet was preordained or if he could somehow change the plot. The village had its own peculiar customs. Every evening, the townsfolk would gather by the riverbank, where the water flowed gently, like a slide into eternity. They would sprinkle spices into the current, believing it would appease the river spirits and bring good fortune. Samuel found this practice both fascinating and remarkably superstitious. One blustery afternoon, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Samuel noticed a mysterious figure standing at the edge of the forest. The stranger's eyes held a hint of sadness, and their clothes were torn and rubbery. "Lost?" Samuel asked, extending a hand in welcome. The stranger nodded, and Samuel guided them to the warmth of his hearth. As the days turned into weeks, the two men formed an unlikely bond. The stranger revealed their name, Elias. Elias had been on a quest, searching for a hidden treasure said to be buried deep within the forest. Samuel listened to Elias's tales of adventure, his heart stirred by the promise of something beyond the mundane. Together, they explored the dense woods, following the winding rows of ancient trees. They encountered a shift in the air, a subtle change that hinted at magic. Elias spoke of a legendary setting, a place where reality blurred with myth. Samuel wondered if this was his chance to break free from the ordinary and discover his own destiny.
I need to get out more.
One moonlit night, as they stood atop a moss-covered slope, Elias whispered, "The treasure lies beneath the old stone bridge." Samuel's pulse quickened. Could this be the moment that would settle the restlessness in his soul? With Elias by his side, he dug into the earth, the soil yielding like a well-worn rubber mat. And there, hidden in a wooden chest, lay a shimmering fabric, the finest silk he had ever seen. Elias grinned. "This is no ordinary cloth," he said. "It holds the memories of those who wore it. Put it on, Samuel, and become part of their story." Samuel hesitated, then draped the silk around his shoulders. Suddenly, he felt a surge of energy, as if the very essence of the settler who had worn it before him infused his being. He looked at Elias, who winked. "Now," Elias said, you are the protagonist of your own script. From that day forward, Samuel's life took a spicy turn. He became the village storyteller, weaving tales of adventure and magic. The townsfolk gathered eagerly, their eyes wide as he recounted his encounters with river spirits, hidden treasures, and the enigmatic Elias. And so, in the heart of Willowbrook, where the soul of the land met the dreams of its people, Samuel found his purpose. The village was no longer a mere resort from the world, it was a canvas for his imagination, a place where ordinary words transformed into extraordinary stories. And as for Elias, well, some say he vanished into thin air, leaving behind only a faint scent of spices and a whispered promise, "Keep writing, Samuel. Your story has just begun."